This is Rob Tebbutt for ID Boxing. Delighted, as always, to be joined by the beast from the east. It's Mr. Anthony Yarde. We're here at the Artur Beterbiev Yarde press conference at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Been a while, Ant. How are you?
I'm fantastic, man. How are you been?
Very well, thanks. Very well. Surviving, thriving, as always. I'm very much looking forward to this fight on January the 28th, although probably not looking forward to it as much as you are.
Looking forward for me is not the right word. It's excited. I'm excited for this fight. I'm excited for this opportunity, and I'll be ready.
Respectful vibe today, as it always is, with yourself and Artur, a classy operator. Can you take anything from today's press conference? Obviously, you had your face off where you kind of stared deep into each other's eyes. You take anything from that?
Absolutely not. When it comes down to it, it all depends on what happens in the ring. So all the other theatrics, it don't really matter once you get into the boxing ring. So all I take from it is what I took from it before. You know, I know who he is. I know what he's capable of, but I also know who I am and what I'm capable of.
Explain the difference, if possible, between how you feel now ahead of this fight and how you felt before the Sergey Kovalev fight.
I feel like different person, different time, different environment. I feel like everything's just been different. Everything's been different. I'm going to be in London. I'm not going to an unknown destination like Chelyabinsk. I feel like it's just different person as well, different person. Kovalev is not Beterbiev. Kovalev had a loss. He had 2 losses actually, you know, to Andre Ward at the time. Different fight completely.
Is this a harder fight for you than the Sergey Kovalev fight was?
We'll see. That's the only way we will know. In my mind, easy is never the word because, you know, you got to go through training camp. So in terms of my training schedule, my training camp, I would say harder.
You mentioned how you're different as a person since that Sergey Kovalev fight. How are you different as a fighter now?
Experience plays a big part in boxing. And I feel like if I had a little bit more experience in that Kovalev fight, I would have won it. But I'm a firm believer in timing. And when things are meant for you, they'll be for you. And I don't feel like when I fought Kovalev, it was meant for me at that time. I don't feel like I was ready for it. I don't feel like my team was ready for it. Because if I had won that fight, what came with it was a lot, you know. But now I feel like I've been through more, and I feel like I'm a different person.
People have you as an underdog in this fight. Does that give you just that little extra added bit of motivation?
Oh, definitely. It's just exciting. And you know what? Some people, everyone's different in how their brain perceives things. When you're an underdog, it takes pressure away, but it adds on that raw. You know, like, okay, cool, you're going against me, let's go. People had me as an underdog in the Linden Alpha fight. That takes away the pressure, but it gives me that grit in my teeth coming in. Like, cool, you're going against me. Let me show you.
I spoke to Bob Arum, of course, Artur Beterbiev's promoter. He said that this fight, there's no way it goes the distance, that it finishes by knockout one way or the other. Do you agree with that?
I agree.
And I'm assuming it's going to be ending with Anthony Yarde by knockout.
Yeah, don't assume. It's just like a knowing energy, a knowing vibration. It's a belief. Between now and January 28th is quite a while. You know, it's a whole 8 weeks. So within that time, it's going to be exciting.
I know you went out to watch the Joe Smith fight. I know you went to watch Sergey Kovalev at Aleda Alvarez. Big fan of fighters going and doing the whole scouting mission. How much have you seen of Artur Beterbiev outside the Joe Smith fight? What does he do well? And of course, without revealing all of the secrets, what do you feel you'll be able to exploit on the night?
I feel like the only way to know is to tune in to BT Sports, or preferably go and get a ticket, because when I hear Andy New, there's very few. I didn't even cry. I don't cry. You know, I don't cry sad tears. I don't really cry happy tears. But this one, if anyone wants to see me crying tears of joy will be flowing, I think, on January 28th.
Last quick couple from me. I appreciate your time. You mentioned there on BT Sport. This is not a BT Sport box office fight. This is on regular BT, so to speak. That's fantastic for the sport and also gives you the opportunity to, on your biggest night, be seen by a mass amount of people. That must mean a lot to you.
Definitely means a lot. Things always happen how they're meant to happen. Again, that's my beliefs. That's why I pay attention to the journey, not the destination. The destination only lasts a small amount of time, but it's the journey that lasts all these years, and I feel like it just makes it that much more. You know, when you read a book, you know, you don't really go to the end and read the end of the story. It's boring, but it's the journey that you go through when you're reading a book or when you're watching a movie. I'm a person that don't watch trailers. I feel like that's silly. If you make a decision you want to watch a movie, why are you going to watch the trailer? But if you're going to watch a part 2 to a movie, why are you going to watch the trailer if you're going to watch it? I'm a person, I'm very patient, and I just believe in that journey.
You mentioned that journey, and it's something that Tunde, of course, your trainer and manager, mentioned up here. You've had a long story journey together. It was quite a touching moment. He looked over to you and he said, you know, people have told Anthony to get rid of me, and there's been calls to get rid of him. You haven't. You kind of went through the ups and downs, and now you're here again, another massive, massive fight. To do it with Tunde, somebody who's had your corner quite literally throughout the start of your career, must mean a lot to you.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just, again, everyone's built different. Everyone's built differently in one way, shape, one way or another. The way I'm built is, if I leave Tunde and I go to another trainer, within myself, within my own DNA, within my own body, my soul, my mind, let's say I got to the stage now, if I'd won that fight, it wouldn't feel the same. That's just me as a person. It's almost like changing family groups. You know, you grow up in the house, you all have arguments, you know, you fall out, you know, and then forget this family. You go to another family, and then your life changes. You're gonna wish that you had them people that you had all them arguments with or whatever to go through that excitement with. Look at all we've been through and look what we've accomplished. You go to the new family, it's like, okay, look what we've accomplished. Not what we've been through, look what we've accomplished. So I know it's a weird analogy, but it's just the way my mind is, you know. Sometimes this guy pisses me off. Sometimes we argue. And it's not just me and Tunde. It's me, Tunde, Ade. It's people that we train with, Joel, Stephen Addison. We train in his gym. It's like there's so much names to mention, but it's a group, you know. James Cook's come along recently, but he's moulded himself in. There's so much people, you know, that have been on this journey. Actually, compared to other boxers, it's a small group. But it's the journey with them people, you know, the ups and downs, you know, the growth. Seeing everyone grow in different ways, to me, it's beautiful.
Okay, well, Anthony Yarde, always a pleasure. Before I let you go, you're usually really good at these, so don't let me down. I want you to look into that camera there, and I want you to tell everybody watching on January the 28th what to expect when Anthony Yarde challenges Artur Beterbiev for the unified light heavyweight titles. Don't let me down now.
What to expect is to see a giant Anthony Yarde crush an insect. You hear the buzz? No, I'm joking. Tune in to BT Sports live. Don't watch no replays, don't watch no highlights. The highlights sometimes tell a bit of lies. Watch the full fight. Watch the excitement. You will not be let down. Same way you won't be let down. Thank you for all the support. The journey's been amazing. Now we are here. We have no fear, as you can see. And there's lions in the camp.
Let me get a Lions in the camp before we go.
Lions in the camp!
Anthony Yarde, always a pleasure. Thanks very much for speaking to ID Boxing. Look forward to catching up with you soon.